Hello, welcome back to the channel. Vormithrax here with my friend Make'em, playing some more 7 Days to Die, continuing our game campaign series, whatever you want to call it. We've been doing it all wrong. We've recently discovered we are stupid and we've been playing wrong, so we're going to try to fix that. So hopefully here in the next little bit we'll do some things that are going to help us out, because the difficulty has ramped up quite a bit in the last few days of game time. The Screamer hordes are getting pretty outrageous, and we need to make some adjustments to how we're going about things. So, it's been a week since we last played. As always, it's going to take us a short bit to get reoriented into the gameplay. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I'll address them as quick as I can. What's up to you over there, Megan? Shining your bright light on the wall, looking at the workbench stuff.
Well, at the end of the last one, I had used the scribe table over there to create a new
profession
skill book profession, and I went with the the electrical guy.
Yeah.
So right now I'm building a electrical, and then I'm going to work on a battery box, battery generator, and some of the electrical components to try to build some of those electrical traps that we had been discovering that we had not been successfully using, with the hopes of trying to slow down some of these streaming hordes that are coming at night there.
I'm not sure if any of that stuff we investigated is level limited or recipe limited, so...
Well, so far I'm working on the generator, and that is now done. Alright, so it's a successful generator.
I never fully unloaded all my gear after the last horde night, so it'll take me a bit to get all my inventory resorted again.
Alright, looks like battery bank is here. Oh, I need plastics. Get out of my plastic.
Hey there, Depresso Expresso! Welcome to a different game.
Alright, got the generator built, building a battery bank next, so I guess one would run off of fuel and then charge the batteries we need to, so that as the first aid kits get used, they would then be rechargeable. Or alternatively, I guess you could...
I don't think it works that way anymore. I don't think you discharge batteries.
You think those batteries are consumables?
I don't think they're consumables either. I think they're... I don't know for sure, but I haven't seen a device to charge batteries like we had in the previous version.
Well, I'm hoping the battery bank is what does that.
Well, no, the battery bank is just the battery version of the generator.
So do you put batteries in your first aid kits?
I use batteries in my first aid kits, but I get them back out again when you use the first aid kit.
But they don't deplete the battery?
No.
Okay.
Don't believe so.
Well, then that would take care of the you don't need to charge it thing.
Yeah, I think they removed that. So, because I don't remember seeing in my investigations through the recipes and that a separate device to charge batteries. I could be totally wrong and I'm just missing something, but I think we just need a battery bank and a generator. Those are two separate items that both provide power, just through different methods. One by consuming gas and one by... I don't know if it consumes the batteries or just what it does, but I think the trade-off is the battery bank just provides a smaller amount of power, but doesn't consume anything, possibly.
Well, my hope is that it drains the batteries that are in there, and then if you connect it to the generator, it runs them back up. But we won't know until we run it through some testing here. So I'm hoping by putting batteries in the battery bank, connecting to the generator, turn like a 50 battery into a 200 battery by charging it.
Possibly. We'll find out.
All right, so generators built, battery banks built. Let's see. Next step were some fence posts.
Well, that was entertaining.
You just fell down and went boom. You had something convert?
I was 100% health. I had a wound that converted. I was watching the countdown. It went 3, 2, 1, 0. Everything was clear and clean. I started to walk away, and then I fell over dead. Not a single other effect on my screen. Not anything else going on. I had like 120 health at the time. I was maxed out.
Welcome to my world.
Alright. Well, that's a good way to start a session off. Hey there, Rev. Welcome back. Why the hell they keep switching the lettering around on the where item from the box here? Kind of weird. Alright, starting off with an instant death, always good. Hey there, Trevon Tate. Thanks for subscribing, appreciate it. What to do here? Just had all my gear settled and then got to enjoy the instant death. So that put me down to, I was at 129 health when it just flat out killed me. And that wound finally converted. That was kind of rude. Alright, I think I've got all my inventory resorted. Seem to have a few extra items than I usually do, but...
Alright, so I have to be in the workbench mode to build fence posts.
You're not going to build all that many, though. How long are they taking per?
About 80 seconds each.
Usually things that forces you to be in the thing to build, it's got a much shorter build time. I'm not sure what's going on there.
As soon as it's done with the first one here, I'll stop it and set it to like 1.
Alright, it's 11:15. I'm gonna go down and check my crops real quick. Check the local area. Drop pad is still okay.
Yeah, it's 51 seconds per is all it is. But it's going to want 4 on each end, so I was going for at least 8, but I guess I'll settle on 4 for right now.
Cleaning bodies up out front. Spike strip's good. Zombie. Got a few goldenrod. And some potatoes. Whoa.
So if you remember out that way we went last time, where the cave was out to the, I don't know what direction that was. There were 2 other caves that we'd spotted. I want to go check those out. Trying to get some more shale to try and make more gasoline.
Seems to be a bit of a random factor to some of the growth rates, because not everything is... Oh, no. Some of them just have really weird pickup locations.
Deplane! Deplane!
I think it dropped the package behind the big building, because I can't see it anywhere on the screen.
Southwest of us, not far out of town. All right, 10 seconds, I'll have the 4th one up and I'll be able to build something. Got an idea where you'd like to see this go down?
Is it just the generator and a couple of fence posts?
I'm going to start with the fence posts, and then I'll have to find a home for the generator.
Just anywhere out front. Closer to directly out front, probably. Got to figure out if we can find a way of getting rid of those spikes that we couldn't figure out how to use. I don't know if a pickaxe will take them down. That seems to hit the ground as opposed to the spikes.
Yeah, it left the spikes. Hey, you hit something.
That's kind of weird. It turned into a spike strip. Not sure how I managed.
We're using a pick?
Yeah. You could definitely tell when it was hitting the spikes as opposed to the ground. Maybe there isn't one. I'm not sure.
Well, where do you want to go? Right across here?
Sure, seems good. I'm not sure if you're going to make it all the way across with one line, though. That seems like a lot further than 14 spaces, so you might have to do a post in the middle if you're going to try to go all the way across the road. I don't have any ground with me to fill in these other spaces.
right, I'm going to go get my wire tool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's too far.
All right, so that is too far. All right, so there's a wire across there now.
What about putting the generator up on top of this wall right here?
That might work. Keep it away from them. Bash not.
Here, I'll drop a bale.
Battery box or the generator here?
I'm more interested in testing the battery box initially. Generator, we're pretty confident we know exactly how it works.
All right, battery banks. Well, you open it to put batteries in it. Imagine that.
What a surprise. There you go, running over to the things you don't need to run over to again.
All right, now there's a cable running that whole way. That's good.
My question would be, do we want to put a switch like on this wall right here that we can flip on and off? Run from the bank to the switch and then to the fence? Or do we set a tripwire system up, or just turn it on and see how it works? Make sure it works. Can we jump over it? Be pretty cool if we could jump over it, but the zombies would shamble through it and get electrified. Hey Rev, glad to hear you're feeling better. Never fun to be sick for any length of time.
Alright, I'm trying to remember how to wire this. So I've got the trip line in. Now that needs to go to a generator, or what does that go to?
I think it goes generator to the trip line, then trip line to the fence, but I don't remember for sure. For the moment, can we just turn the generator on and test the fence? We don't need a trip line or anything else. Just turn it on and see if it actually provides power. Confirm one thing at a time, then we can make it more complicated. Yeah, the tripwire can definitely... Yeah, because the tripwire is essentially just a switch. It's a configurable switch. So it allows you to set the power delay and the power duration. So you just run from your power source into the tripwire and then into your actual trap. So it just acts as a switch to tell the trap when it receives power.
So I need to route it where?
If you want to test the switch, just route from the power box down to the switch, the tripwire, then from the tripwire into the actual trap network. So battery bank to the switch, then, or battery bank to the tripwire, then tripwire over here to the electrical post, and then just run it down the rest of the line. Now, I don't know what's going to happen since you've got multiple tripwires here. I don't know exactly how it's going to handle that.
Alright, so I disconnect all the wires. You say go from the what to the what to the what?
The tripwire is just a fancy switch that lets you set the power, how long it's going to be on, instantaneous, all that kind of stuff. So go from your battery bank down to the tripwire, then from the tripwire to your fence post. That way, when something hits the tripwire, it'll follow the rules that you set on the tripwire, and it will allow power to cycle through from the battery bank into the fence line. What I don't know is how to handle that middle post of the tripwire setup. I'm not sure if that's gonna... Ah! Chicken attack! Stupid chicken.
Alright, it's not letting me set a dual input here.
You mean from the... Where would you have a dual? So you're going from the battery down to the tripwire?
Come walk over and say hi to me.
Yeah. So,
keep going.
No, I can see the wiring just fine.
I want to see if it...
No, not getting electrified.
Alright, so nothing's on at that point.
The battery bank is probably switched off currently. I'm hearing the tripwire noise. But it looks like there's a wire running from the tripwire. Well, yeah, I guess you gotta have tripwire to tripwire.
Alright, I turned the generator off, so the question is now what to where. That just looks strange trying to route power to the...
Take the tripwire out of the equation first. run a line directly from the battery bank to the electric post here. Let's verify one thing at a time. First, let's make sure this electrical wire actually does something. Then we can fiddle with all the triggering arrangements. Yep.
It does something.
Yeah, did a good 20 points of health damage, and it held me in place, slowed me down massively for a short bit. Alright, so we know that works. So now the trick is just figuring out how to trigger it. Can I jump it? Yes, I can jump it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, try to jump it. It's on now.
Yeah.
Alright, it's off. Alright, so there's a stun line across the entire road there.
So what if instead of that we did this? You did this arrangement like we've got to get that tripwire in first. So do it this way and take this wire out here. And do it in the reverse direction from what we were doing earlier. Put a connection down to the tripwire. Connect the tripwire across this way. Then connect into the wire over on this side. So we have one continuous circuit. We don't have a multiple hookup anywhere. And you should only need to connect to this point here, I believe. Oh, now it removed the rest of the wiring, so now I guess you do have to connect all that so it knows. And then stop there. Don't do anything beyond that.
Okay, battery's on.
So check your tripwire setup. Make sure it's set however you want it for instant and delay and duration and all that stuff. I'm going to step on the electrified portion here. It should not electrify me as long as you're not standing on the tripwire portion, correct?
Well, it's reading as instant and triggered.
Okay, I'm on the electrical portion here. I'm not getting electrified.
Okay, I'm going to hit the tripwire.
Okay.
Not doing it.
No, I got shocked. So we just need to set the delay and duration. It's only on instant, so I have to be actually on the wire here. So we need some kind of a duration. Why can I not interact with the tripwire?
Okay. What if... Alright. What if I put the tripwire and the electrical on the same line?
Well, my question
and
is...
just raise up the electrical above the tripwire so that when you hit one, it's an instant, you get it zapped right away.
Not... Maybe you can do that. I have no idea for sure, but crawlers and such wouldn't trigger it. Or wouldn't get zapped. What I'm curious about is if we just run a line from the battery pack straight to the electrical wire, does the battery pack actually drain power? Because, I mean, the electricity only goes off if something's on the wire. So why do we even need a fancy tripwire system for this particular trap? As long as no battery power is actually... I need to know if that battery bank is actually depleting something. Is it draining something? Degrading the quality of the batteries? Is anything happening while we're draining power out of that thing?
Well, it's got a power reading that says power 3 watts. So
that's the power output based on how many batteries and the quality level you've put in there.
So maybe that's just a permanent thing then. It's not a consumable.
That's what my assumption is. Now, if you had a whole bunch of things connected to that, you'd have to have better quality and a larger number of batteries so that the amount of power available was high enough for whatever you've connected to it. But I think that's the only requirement. I'm squatting on the bed to recover from my electrifications. So, that's the question I have now, is there any kind of fuel, charge, degrade system involved in that battery pack. Because if not, forget the tripwire. Just run the electrical wire and you're done. It'll only activate when somebody's on the wire, which is pretty much what we want. The switches and the tripwires and such are going to be useful for dart traps and the other kinds of things, but for this one I don't think it's necessary.
Alright, so I'm going to pull the other stuff.
I guess the next question would be, would we want to set a dart trap up along that wire at the head level so that when they hit the wire, they get stunned, they then start taking darts to the head? Sorry, Rev, I have to banish you to bad pun prison. You get a timeout.
Did he have electrifying content or something?
She had electrifying content.
Oh.
Wanted us to know, don't I get a charge out of the challenge? Oops, not fully healed yet.
Alright, so I've run it with no power to it at this point. But it's run, I took out the... Now, just a note, you don't get to pick up your tripwires again. You end up destroying them.
Those posts?
Yep, the tripwire posts you lose if you break them up.
They didn't seem like they used any really rare, valuable materials, so I don't think I'm all that concerned about it. Alright, it's going to get dark pretty soon already. At least we got the initial testing done. I need to craft 10 more goldenrod seeds. So I need 10 goldenrod plants. I can finish the first portion of the quest, and I have enough seeds to finish the second. So as soon as I get a few more of my goldenrod plants finished up, I'll be able to finish this stage of the farming quest.
Alright, to build darts, I need a crucible.
We've got crucibles. Isn't that just a tool?
Yes, it's a tool of some kind.
Where did I see crucibles? Maybe I didn't see a crucible. It's just made out of forged iron, mechanical parts, small stone, and lump of clay. Forged iron, so it takes a bit. We are going to need to set up lights or something where that tripwire is, some kind of indicator where it's at. If that thing's live. It's not live currently, right? You said it's off?
It's off now.
Okay. Otherwise, if we get a night horde and I run down there, I don't want to get stuck in it myself and have ferals chewing on me while I'm shocked. He's playing the mobile version of Cataclysm, Rev.
Learn the recipe by buying the steel smithing perk.
Ew. That's probably locked.
Yeah.
Remind me when the sun comes up to make a trip to the traders. Might be able to get something like that from the traders.
I'm looking at steel smithing and thinking, what the heck is that? Forged steel. Steel pipe.
Steel tools would be the one I would guess, but it just lists pickaxe, steel pickaxe, things like that, and level 55. It might be a steel construction quest line, just like you've got the cobblestone and brick and so on.
We'll snap, crackle, and pop. Gather a welder tool, which we haven't seen yet.
Definitely haven't seen a welder tool. I swore I saw a crucible, but I'm not seeing one anywhere. Trying to remember what other things I was working on before we started down this figure out the traps and electricity system. I'll have the goldenrod farming quest done in the morning. I'm going to check the trader. Next quest line is either corn or chrysanthemum. I can't really tell.
Well, I know that we're going to need a mess of batteries, so car parts would be big. So I might go out trying to run down car parts.
Almost. Oh, never mind. We got plenty of chrysanthemum. I've got all the plants I need for the next couple of farming quest chains, so I'll, what do I need? A screwdriver to take cars apart? I've got the 127 half durability on me. I'll make a trip to the traders and I'll take apart cars as I go. Then I'll check my farming stuff on the way back. Alright, let me recheck the medical gear. I think we're good on just about everything except for I'm going to start making some more aloe here pretty soon. I do have 2 batteries in the healing sack that I don't really need. We've got 9 first aid kits, so we rarely use. So if you need those, grab them.
Just up the damage on that if we're going to use it. So. I'm debating running back to hit those other caves. I think I'm going to head west down that road, trying to clear cars, check those 2 caves, see if I can find any more oil shell.
Wow, we haven't come across any nitro?
Alright, so level 1 range traps gave me the dart trap.
Yeah, looks like a single repair of my crossbow got me maybe 7 or 8% of a level. At my current level, at least.
It's not bad. I mean, what does it consume for the 8% you get?
Just a little bit of iron.
And what damage?
Like one iron. So it costs 1 bolt plus 1 iron would get me currently about 70% of a level.
As long as we got the stuff for it, I'd say go for it. I mean, the hard part of that is going to be the feathers, I guess, right?
Yeah, but I've got like 1,200 arrows or crossbow bolts sitting around.
The other thing is, nothing says they have to be steel arrows that you're shooting out of it, right?
No, but I'm not making anything but the iron crossbow or iron arrowheads currently. Let me try to whack a wall with it. Will it even let me do it? Do damage to it? Nope, that just auto reloads. I don't think I can smack it into a wall. I think the other issue is it doesn't drop a durability point every time. Might take a couple of shots before it drops. Yeah.
Well, maybe just bring a stack of iron with you, and then as you shoot things, you repair it as you go, so you don't end up just wasting it.
Yeah, it's only taken one single piece of iron to repair it from that little bit. Yeah, it's taken 2 shots in order to get it to drop a durability point. Good news is it's not dropping the skill level of the crossbow. I thought when I was repairing it it would be dropping massively, but it's stayed exactly the same. So I'll just have to add that into my rotation, fire a few shots when the fighting's over, repair the crossbow to get the XP. Let's see here.
Was that an ohm or an
That was an If I was closer to the level I needed to get the 6-shooter version of the crossbow, I'd probably sit here and do this, but I need 30 levels. So...
Yikes.
Yeah. I already spent a bunch of skill points just to prop my way up to this level so I could get the scope on it, so... I'm down to 67 skill points, so let me know if I need to spend any on any of these trap thingies.
I'm at 99, so I'm okay. You got a good screwdriver on cars, that'll probably be a big help, so. Just debating on taking a bike out to the west or if I should just run it.
Want to go check those caves?
Yeah.
I would just take a bike. I'm not worried about the gas expenditure. That's a real short trip. The bike will give you some extra space if you need it. While you do that, I'll be running my way over to the trader.
You need to take anything with you when you go?
I just want to know what he's got options for now. I'm not going to bother trying to grab stuff to trade with him. I can't remember just how many different changes were made to them for the true survival portion. Whether they're going to have some of the items I'm looking for.
Dart traps take just under 2 minutes to create.
Actually, I'll grab that recent airdrop. It's pretty much on my way to the trader. Slightly off from the direction I'm traveling.
It'll have more scopes for you. What's our time looking like?
2:30. The only reason I don't have a sprained leg right now, Rev, is because the game killed me 1 minute after I started. Otherwise, you are correct. This is Bizarro World. Vorm doesn't have a sprained leg.
Wait for it. He's got to get off the roof here in a minute.
True. Still waiting for a zombie to knock one of the hay bales out as I'm dropping from the roof. Alright, medical supplies are looking pretty good. Just keep an eye out as you travel for aloe. I'm going to constantly need sources of that. Food supplies also doing pretty good. Lots of large, healthy meals to get your hit points up with. I'm crafting fiber ropes at the moment to up our stock on that a bit. I'm thinking I can put the spike traps away finally.
Not yet, but let's remember to not waste points on the metal spike traps ever again.
Yeah, Rev, it was a heroic death. You definitely want to go back and watch the replay. It was amazing what I was doing when I died.
He was sitting on the bed or about to. Alright, so a crucible is the next thing on my tools list that we need. That if we either find it or not. Shovels, picks, those look good. Machetes look good.
why is it when I go to the workbench, I have the option to create the crucible?
You can build a crucible?
It gives me the crafting button, and it just tells me I don't have the necessary resources.
Okay, go pick up the resources and build one.
Love to. We don't have 900 lumps of clay and 1200 stone. Well, maybe we have the stone. I didn't look at that, but 40 forged iron, 10 mechanical parts, 1200 small stone, and 900 lumps of clay.
That's not right.
I'm just telling you what it's showing me, man. Seems weird to me, too. Seems like it'd be something you'd make in the forge, but I don't get the option to build it in the forge. I get it in the option to build it here in the workbench.
Oh, maybe it was great because I didn't have 1200 small stone. Okay. Alright, so we need to pick up some stone and clay then.
Because when I look at Crucible in the crafting menu, the little workbench icon's lit up, which usually indicates you've got the skill for it. You just need the tool and such. But I could be wrong. Definitely try to put together the materials, see if that works. Alright, so I'm
up and down.
Coming down with you. I'm gonna go check my plants first, get that quest finished up. Grow faster, little flowers. What the heck? Alright, that gives me enough. Okay, goldenrod will be done here in just a minute. Hey there, Caddy. Learning to play CDDA with your tutorial series. Up. You have my condolences. You gonna watch the entire series? Or just the first, however many? I'm always curious how far people make it into that tutorial series now that it's up to like episode 156 or something like that. Yay, quest complete. Growing corn, craft corn seed. Again, they're going to ask for 100. I don't have 100. It's going to take 2 rounds. Interesting name, Beware of Ducks. Welcome to the channel. I'll have to look into the gaming YouTube side. I forgot that that's kind of a different thing, so I'm not sure how my channel displays over there. I'll make a note and check that out, see if there's anything I can do to improve visibility over on that side.